just wrapping up my drive, and I wanted to give some initial impressions of some of the driving dynamics. If you guys haven't seen my channel before, I most recently had a 2020 Porsche Spider, a 718 Spider. Prior to that, I had a GT 350R, and then prior to that, I had a 911 C2S, a 997 generation. So, and that's, you know, all within the past 6 years or so, give or take. And I think one of the reasons why I had the Spider for such a short amount of time, it is a very expensive car, the most expensive car I've ever owned, but it is so perfect in so many different ways. And there's a reason why journalists, owners, enthusiasts, all of the above talk about Porsche being the pinnacle, Porsche being effectively the best driver's car. Having said that, it was so good, so dynamic, so much feedback that it felt a little numb for me. And I think a lot of that has to do with owning a GT 350R. That car was, I don't want to say raw, because it is a relatively modern car. It has technology, it has traction control, stability control, things like that. But it gives a level of confidence and fear driving it close to its limits. And the only time, I had that car for about 3 years, the only time I ever remotely got close to its limits was when I was on a racetrack. I could never get even close to it on the roads. Now, why that all matters for my initial impression here and sort of why I bought this car: no stability control, no traction control. It's a 2002 Viper GTS ACR, so it has ABS. The only in 2000, but it is so much fun to drive, and you have to be hyper focused on your steering, the road, other cars, animals, gearing, braking, heel towing. And I like that. I like having that, having to need that level of focus in the car. The only thing, there's two things that I want to fix on this car. And by the way, if you didn't watch my first video, I'm wearing the same clothes, same day. I didn't want to make a 40-minute video. But the two things that I want to address on this car, and one is already addressed, is exhaust. I ordered Bellinger high flow cats that I'm going to get installed here pretty shortly, because it is quite tame from an OEM exhaust perspective. So I'm getting that addressed. So that's point number one. Point number two is this has the factory dynamic suspension, which is Multimatic now, which has external reservoirs. Like it's you know, effectively best money can buy suspension for the era. Having said that, that's 26 years ago, right? And I don't know, I know for a fact the rear driver's side suspension is leaking a little bit of oil, which is pretty common for this suspension. The rest of them are not, but it is quite bouncy, and it's not it doesn't feel like it's stiff bouncy. It feels floaty bouncy. And I don't know if anybody watching this video has this vehicle or can give me any context or guidance on it. I'm going to take it to Calvo Motorsports and maybe they can help me out. but I don't like it. I don't like the bounciness of it. I would prefer it to be way more stiff, but maybe because of the way the car is and has a very long hood, and it's effectively a mid-engine, a front mid-engine, because the V10 is behind the front axle, and the driver is effectively sitting on the rear wheels. Like I'm above the rear wheel here, the one that's leaking, and maybe that is why it's bouncy. But yeah, those are the only two things. The brakes feel great. Yes, the brakes are, I believe, 2 piston front, 1 piston rear. They're not great. Oh, I was supposed to turn right there. Whoopsie. They're not the best, but they are good. It does give me a level of confidence in braking, which is good. I'm going to change the brake fluid, so that should help a lot. I'll change the pads when I need to. But the steering input is great. You feel a lot of the road. You feel all the little nooks and crannies. The throttle input and sensitivity is perfect. This thing has, what, 500 foot-pounds of torque at 1,000 RPM. So you get all torque all down low, which is unique, because most naturally aspirated vehicles, the torque is mid to high range, and that's probably why the red line here is 6,000 RPM. But man, you know, people talk about it has a long throw, and it does, but there's a great analog sensation to having to throw the gears a little bit longer than a modern performance car with a short shifter, if you will. And I like it. I really enjoy it. It's hard to describe, but it's like you're trying to wrestle the beast, right? And wrestling a beast doesn't require small inputs. It requires hard, long inputs. So I don't know. I actually like it a lot. I think the height of it is perfect as well. I don't know if the video shows, but my arm is on the transmission tunnel here. And it's a perfect height. I don't have to lift my arm, nothing. It is boom, boom. The clutch is heavier than probably any car that I've ever owned, but it's really not that bad. When I first drove it, I was like, holy smokes, this is gonna be hard to drive from a clutch. I mean, I'm going on 2 hours driving this thing, and it's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. So yeah, like, there's just something about this car that makes it so raw and analog, and without stability control, without traction control. Like, that's pretty table stakes for this car, but holy smokes, do I love it. I mean, it just, everything vibrates. It needs a little bit more sound, but it's awesome. And I cannot believe this is mine, and this is going to be mine for a very, very, very long time. It's awesome to see when you're driving like me now. I see some folks, you know, pulling their phone out, taking pictures, taking a video. People asking me at the gas station, like, what the heck is this thing? I just went to a barbecue spot in a small town in Texas, and there's a bunch of bikers there, and they're like, oh man, that's an awesome car. So it just, I picked up my daughter from school the other day, and they were all on the playground, and every single kid, like, these kids have no idea of cars. There were some bikers just waving at me. These kids have no idea what kind of car this is, right? They don't know anything about cars. They're 5 years old. And all of them lined up at the fence to look at this car. So it's just such a cool car. I love it so much. I am so grateful to be able to own this, enjoy it, and enjoy it for a long time. And I'll be doing a ton of videos of the ownership experience. I'm setting up GoPros in different positions. It has a roll cage, so I mounted a GoPro there, which you'll see in this video. I'm going to try to get an external camera as well to get some more sound. I'll probably do a POV camera as well, but if you guys have any views that you want to see or you enjoy watching, please let me know, and I will do my best to accommodate, because I never need an excuse to drive this thing, and I want to put out much more content than I have, let's say, the past 16 months or so. So I appreciate you guys watching. Peace.